Cuddle Bear, are you trying to beat me on the builder's charts this month? I mean, that's fine if you are. It's just, well, maybe whoever wins, we should just split the rewards and... Oh, no. Is that collusion? What's the ethical thing to do? Well, which commission should I take next? Cuddle Bear, are you trying to be... See ya! Did you just finish all your commissions? That's great! I still got a long way to go. Well, which commission should I take next?
Amazing! This is it! Fantastic work! I knew you could do it. It seems your job is done, but you don't have to be so quick out the door. That is, if you wanted to stay for a while, you certainly could. Ah, right. Of course. You'd like to see the effort you put into this thing in action, no? Indeed. Let us fire it up. If I'm being absolute honest, I'm a bit afraid to turn it on. What if that masked man is right? What if I can't make the ceramics like he's encountered on his travels? I hope you're right. Though, I'll admit, the whole encounter left me rather uncomfortable. I wanted to set a good example for Avio. I wanted to show him that we shouldn't let ourselves be put down by haughty businessmen. He has a history of letting himself be pushed around, you know. It is very difficult, though, defending one's art in the face of such a connoisseur. Do you think so? I was actually quite terrified. In any case, I need to stop feeling sorry for myself. Both you and Avio believed in me enough to get us this far, so I simply try my best. There is no more room for doubt. Let's begin! You need to keep your hands steady. Try not to shake. Control your breathing. distance, I can't tell who worked on which. You've got quite a knack for these kinds of things. Once the glaze is finished, I'll send one of them to you. Thanks for spending time with me. It was nice chatting and working on this project together. Perhaps it could be said that we make a good team? I'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.
Wow, thank you so much!
That makes sense.
Always. So true.
Work builder. I knew the church could rely on you. I do appreciate the effort, make no mistake, but were I minister, we would not have spent our scant resources on such a project.
Technology.
But
I
I am
guess
not.
could be more generous.
Thank you, builder. I'm glad you see my vision of the light. We both studied in Mayday. We've known each other for a long time.
What can a humble saloon?
She's always been bright-eyed and idealistic, seeing the good in everyone. The ministry adores students such as her. I, on the other hand, have held tightly to the texts and the studies into the age of corruption.
But
We
what
need
can
to
a
learn
humble
well
saloon-
from the demise of the old world. When I was sent to Sandrock, the temple was just another building. Citizens paid no real heed to the teachings and had lost their way.
Oh yeah.
They watched my servants
That makes
skeptically,
sense.
unaware they were repeating the sins of their forefathers. Others believe they are devout, but I can see the corruption inside them. They always did everything the way they wanted, not the right way. Do they not see by flaunting the
Makes
rules
sense.
left and right, we're blindly stumbling into another Armageddon? I tried to warn them, to open their eyes. But a matter of the heart and the soul often stand opposed. Those with the best intentions can inflict the most damage. The age of corruption was full of well-intentioned people with no sight of the light. Let us place this work upon the temple
What
walls.
can a humble saloon owner?
A spectacular piece of art. If only its purpose were not so incompatible with my beliefs. To cover up the day of calamity. Are we to forget our history? Sandrock has its problems, but is not the most core of our beliefs to never forget the day of calamity? Nevertheless, these decisions are not mine to make anymore. I was here for a short while before Mady sent Matilda. As soon as she arrived, we received word that she would be taking the role of minister. I presume her interpretation of the light scripture was more fitting for the people of this town. I'm not one to question the church's orders, so I graciously accepted my subservient role. As to the citizens here, evidently, I worry the minister is too lenient with the citizens of this town. She seems to believe the people here want to follow the light, but only a select few profess and show their belief in an appropriately fundamental manner. Anyway, thank you, Builder. I appreciate your dedication. Every act you perform for our city helps to spread telesis in these lands and beyond.
Thank you.
will soon be over. Oh, yeah, have you eaten yet? Hello, nice to meet ya.
Thank you. Yeah. Hi. G'day. Oi. 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 Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Glad you could all make it. This'll be my first time presiding over the fireside in a while. Hope you can be patient while I shake the dust off a little. Ahem. Let's get right into it. So, an update on my anti-desertification efforts. After exploring the previously undocumented shipwreck ruins with the builders and Zeke, we might have stumbled upon an old-world solution to our sand problem. So next...
The shipwreck ruins? I'm sorry, when was this?
Oh, recently.
That place is an unexplored hazardous ruins, is it not? It reeks of danger. I'll just come out and say what everyone's thinking. We can't stop you from continuing to put your own life in harm's way or neglecting your official duties, Trudy. But taking both builders, Sandrock would be ruined twice over already without them. Also, to base our future on the potential of a corrupted technology, are you mad? Making such a rash decision was irresponsible and unfitting of the office of mayor.
Yes, thank you. I hope everyone can understand that we had the best of intentions, but Miguel is right. I'm sorry. I should have told everyone.
Ah, yes. What a fine display of hindsight from our dear leader. How about some foresight for once,
Pastor, please. Can we let her finish? Trudy didn't gather us here just to serve us another helping of bad news. And in the end, here we all are, safe and sound. So let's show a bit of respect, shall we? Trudy, please, continue.
Thank you, Matilda. What I want to say is, with Zeke and Director Chi's help, we're using old-world technology to develop a viable topsoil for use in the desert. It means we will be able to plant trees into the desert. real trees. Soon, we plan to test plant a plot of trees near Gecko Station. If it grows, we have a real chance at reforestation. We can make Sandrock green again. We can stop the sandstorms. We can even stop our decline.
I want to be enthusiastic. It's just...
Yes, yes, we've heard it all before. The same old song and dance. Such hubris. To think nature is something to be controlled.
So, you haven't even tested it, and you want to sell us on this? Ha!
What about the tunnel we talked about, Trudy?
Well, maybe things are different this time.
Guys, hello? Tree planting? Count me in.
Folks, a word. I'm in the same boat as all y'all folks. This is the first I've heard of all this as well. Y'all are right to be skeptical. But when I look into the eyes of our mayor, as she makes her plea here in front of us all, I see hope. I see light. Think about all the harm those sandstorms have done us. How many homes, how many lives have we lost? I say, if there's even a 1 in 100, no, 1 in a million chance that we could make all that go away and bring safety back to our home, why not? Why wouldn't we take that chance? This is our ray of hope. Who's with me and Trudy?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
I mean, as long as we get to plant trees, I'm down for pretty much anything.
Trudy, I reckon you still got work ahead of you. Tell us what you need us to do.
Thank you so much, Minister. I have some seeds for black saxel trees with me. Zeke thinks they will grow well in the new biocrust plot that we're setting up over by Gecko Station tomorrow. If anyone wants to help us plant the trees, just come up and grab a few from Zeke.
Splendid. I think that about covers it all. I and everyone else await your good news. Meeting adjourned. And conserve water.
Dang, that got kind of heated. Miguel had even me convinced that maybe what we did wasn't such a good idea. Oh well, what's done is done. Take these seeds and plant them near Gecko Station tomorrow. With the hydroponics, you can quickly cultivate a large amount of biocrust. I'll also get some down tomorrow, and you can handle the rest. Here, take some biocrust and wheat straw. Please, take them with you. Just take these seeds and plant them in the designated planting area near the Giegler Station tomorrow. To plant faster, you'll need to have a level 2 planting toolkit. I have the recipe for it right here. You can have it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Howdy there. Heard you had a pretty crazy time in the shipwreck ruins. Wasn't too tough for you, was it? Dang, you're tougher than the sand and rocks around here, huh? Wish I could have seen what that caretaker bot was like before you took it down. Well, we did an initial check. There are still some old world AIs roaming around, but the poison gas you ran into seems to have dissipated. So, we're thinking of opening it up as a hazardous ruin. Let people dive around, see what it's got in store. For that to happen, we'll need a ladder to get in. I can tell you right now, we ain't throwing anyone else in. That was clearly against regulation. We'll also need to fix the 2 doors that you builders and the mayor used to enter and exit the place. So, what do you say? You in? I was going to have Ryan do the ladder, but you know him. I ain't gonna get anything back until a couple of seasons later, because this is extra work. So, I turn to you. Once you have the recipe, I think you're supposed to build it on your work table. Install it outside the shipwreck ruins after you're done. You know the drill by now, right? As for the doors, just bring some materials. I'm sure you can do your thing on site. Anyway, thanks a bunch. It's nice to be able to depend on someone reliable.
What would they like me to do?
The answer is love, not hate.
But what's a builder like me to do?
Thank you.
Well, which commission should I take next?
Hey there. Thank you.
I still got some commissions left to finish from you.
Glad you could make it. Come on, let's get started. We're a long way from our goal. Oh, by the way, here's some water for the trees. All right, I think that's enough chit-chat. Let's get going. Thanks for the assist. I think we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. I'm hoping for the best.
Well, dang. You got this ladder done before the yak males came home. Thanks. You ready to go in and fix the doors as well? I hope you brought some weapons, since it's still pretty dangerous inside. All right, let's go. Stick close. Here's the first one. Can you fix it? Nice one. One more inside. Here's the other one. All right, that should do it. Let's get out of here. Great work in there. All that's left is some paperwork for me, which is never fun. I'll let you know when this ruin opens up. Speaking of paperwork, I just finished some important paperwork relating to you. Why don't you come by the Civil Corps office anytime from tomorrow on? I got something for you. See you there, partner.
I still got some commissions left to finish from you.
I'm Katori. When you work with the Commerce Guild of Sandrock, you're working with a name you can trust. Our motto is truth, honesty, integrity, and... what a coincidence! If it isn't the hardest working builder in Sandrock. Lovely Katori, if you please, allow my subordinate to make your acquaintance. Bridges, hydrogels, jerky, our star builder, does it all!
Yes? I believe I'm familiar.
Yes. Builder and Mian were total newbies when they first came to Sandrock, but under my wing, they've flourished into old bees. Top workshop owners, known even across the free cities. No matter the size or difficulty of your project, I'm boastfully confident my brilliant builders won't bungle it. You tell them yourself, Builder. So modest. Builder, they're far better than okay. Pretty okay, one might even say.
Of course, like I was saying, I'm familiar with the quality of their work. Happy to have them. Let's get back on topic.
Yes, a true businesswoman you are. Back to the heart of the matter. And may I say, it's really an honor for our guild to receive such a striking commission from such a striking client.
Well, the short of it is, I'm planning on expanding the Golden Goose Gaming Extravel Plaza. Right now, we only have, 2 games. Who would want to come to Sandrock just to visit a dinky shack like what I got now?
Now, don't say that. Your game center is known across the land already for its, splendid, woodiness.
Yeah, it is, rather, well, it's fine. But the competition out there is vicious. We can't get left behind. That's why we gotta expand, renovate, start paving the way towards the future.
Oh, yes, future. You've gotta have that. Let's talk specifics then. What exactly are you hoping to have built in this expansion project?
Well, I'm gonna need a new storefront, a new sign, start a catalog of new games.
My, what big dreams you have for your the thing. Before I forget, perhaps we ought to first discuss one teeny tiny minor inconvenient little detail. How exactly will you be paying for all this?
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured since this was such a sure thing, I could just promise you guys a portion of the profits once they roll in. It'll be real fair for all of us, and...
what you're saying is... you don't have the money for the project.
Well, in a matter of speaking, I guess you could say I don't.
Uh-huh. Goodness me! Well, I really hate to cut things short, but I really do have a lot of things on my plate right now. But don't worry, we can continue this conversation through the mail. Don't mail me, I'll mail you. I was supposed to have my reports on their way to the Free Cities Commerce Guild 10 minutes ago. Time sure does fly when you're, wasting time. Well, goodbye now. Go on, scooch.
But I'll earnestly await your correspondence, Commissioner Yan. Goodbye.
All right. Fun's over. You can get back to your workshop now, newbie. Oh, and pick up a commission on your way back for your old buddy, old chum Yan. Go! No. If you learn one thing from me, newbie, learn this. Never, and I mean never, take a job if you don't know where the money's coming from. I'll pay you after I succeed and you do all the work. Yeah, right. I needed a good laugh. Well, what are you still doing here? I said the show's over. Get back to work. Go!
wait up! Hey, so it looks like your boss isn't too keen on helping me out, but I just can't get this idea out of my head. This game center upgrade is just the first step in a long line of ideas I've got. The culmination of which will result in Katori World! Katori World, your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. Game center, museum, maybe we can even get a ride or something. But I'll never arrive at my dream destination if I can't even take the first step. Come on, I saw your expression at the meeting. You've gotta be at least a little bit interested. Aha! I had a feeling you'd have the right idea. Great minds think alike, as they say. Plus, just listen to it. Really rolls off the tongue. Katori World. Katori World. What I need now is people who believe in me. People who believe in me and also have money. I'm having a meeting to share my plans with some potential investors. If I secure the funding, I'll plow forward with Katori World. Then, once the profits start rolling in, everyone who invested will get their money back and then some. So, yeah. Would you be willing to come to my investor meeting? That's great to hear. Having you there will have me twice as confident. Well, I've gone on too long already. 2 p.m. tomorrow, my office, the first ever Katori World investor meeting. Come on, you gotta make it. I'd better get back to the drawing board. Can still make a few last-minute touch-ups. Hope to catch you tomorrow.
Oh.
Thank you.
Did you just finish all your commissions? That's great.
Howdy.
Howdy. Yeah? Thank you.
Howdy.
Howdy! Oh. Howdy! Oh. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Uh-huh. 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 See ya. Uh-huh. See ya.
Hello again, young one. That there, it's an old photo of mine you found, isn't it? To think, my old photos might all be out there somewhere. May I have it? Aha. This photo was taken around the time when little Zeke first arrived in Sandrock. He was a small young lad at the time. Who knew he would grow to such heights? We found him lost in the desert, separated from his clan during one of our trips to build a straw grid up in the northern reaches of the Eufaula. We had intended to help him find his kin, but the desert had other plans. So Martel and I raised him as our own, taught him the ways of this land. My wife was very proud of him. I think to her, he was even more precious than the oasis. This is a cherished memory. Thank you for finding it, young builder. I don't suppose, since there are probably more photos of mine out there, if you ever chance upon more, could you bring them to me? Then I'd be a happy fly. if I live or if I die. Ha ha! Oh, these were happy days indeed. Sandrock was quite lively then. Owen's father bought the saloon office and turned it into their Blue Moon. This photo, well, it must be opening day. That there's Louie, with his back to the camera. He was the finest shoemaker you'd ever meet. That lady on the left was Rose. Boy, she could hum a tune. And that there's Eska. She was always writing poems with a glass of milk in front of her. Of course, none of them are here anymore. You see, back then there were always folks passing through. Some even took the train that day, just to be there to see the Blue Moon open. Thank you for bringing this to me. It feels good to share these old stories with someone who will hear them. Please stop by if you find any more of my photo. This photo was taken not that long ago. Mason built that water tower by the oasis. Look at how tired he is in this photo. Must have been a lot of work. People were discouraged back then. It's fortunate that Matilda and Miguel came around to inspire a bit of hope. Not only did they inspire us, but they got behind projects that promoted the conservation of nature and water. What's that phrase they're always spouting? In any case, they made sure we always had enough to drink. But the desert is still growing, and soon everything will have dried up, though I may not live to see it. People are leaving Sandrock again. Only old fools like me are stubborn enough to stay. Young one, thank you for bringing this to me. It feels good to share these old stories with someone who will hear them. Please stop by if you find any more of my photos. Oh, yes, these were the good old days. We were so full of hope then. We used to write messages in the sand with straw. If you stuck them in there with a shovel, they'd stay there for a long, long time. But this photo, it was quite a while after we started doing that. Ah, yes, it all started when I found that old book. I thought fate was giving us another chance. From the ruins of the old world that impoverished us, we found a book. One that detailed all sorts of agricultural techniques. Advanced concepts that included even terraforming the desert. The methods in the book seemed out of our grasp, however, until I noticed that the message I used to write in the sand with straw, if I made them into a square, they could protect plants inside it from the blowing sands. And so began the straw grid. I began digging thousands of squares across the desert, sowing stubborn plants in each of them, ones I knew could survive. As the plants grew, the straw became like fertilizer. After a few cycles, sand turned back into soil again. Zeke might have told you something about those days, We were all building the straw grid. And for a while there, we thought we were going to put a dent into the sandstorms. But the desert was too strong. We were like droplets of water fighting against an unfeeling ocean. No matter what we did, the winds kept blowing, and our oasis got smaller and smaller. I'm sorry that regaling such a pleasant memory took a rather dark turn. Please, stop by if you find any more of my photos. Oh, this photo, This one takes me back. We couldn't be much older than 20 in this photo. This is not long after we met at the oasis. She was running her hotel, and I was a gardener with no real purpose. We met when I was just passing through, and I was instantly struck by her passion. She told me about her dream to share Sandrock's beauty with the world. How strange that those fiery eyes, full of passion, would soon instead be full of tears, and all because her dream came true. Indeed, she shared her oasis with the world, but the world did not return the same kindness. Nothing gold can stay. Time, regrettably, marches on in only one direction. Perhaps Sandrock was destined to be used up. I tried my best to turn back time in the desert. I was but one man, and my quest was falling. She looks so happy in this photo. I'd almost forgotten about that look of hers. If only I'd stopped her that day when she went to check on the straw grid. Oh, sorry, I've kept you too long, haven't I? Young one, thank you for bringing this to me. It feels good to share these old stories with someone who will hear them. Please stop by if you find any more of my photos. Ah, this is... Though I'm glad to have this back, the memories that come with it are unpleasant. Who could have known where things would go? That old fool, Dyson. He believed Sandrock held countless hidden treasures. One day, one of his men fell in a hole, and it turned out he was right. The old world metropolis under our feet held untold amount of relics, mostly intact, too. Countless folk rushed in after that. Vegetation was trampled, water was squandered, and animals lost their homes. Only the roar of machines and an inseparable haze were left here in Sandrock. Mortals and my regrets meant little to the newcomers. And once the railway was open, there was really no stopping them. We had to watch those relic rush miners pluck every petal off our desert flower. And soon there was nothing left. Young one, thank you for bringing this to me. It feels good to share these old stories with someone who will hear them. Please stop by if you find any more of my photos. Oh, well, if it isn't, this was Mason's first day as a builder here. One of the cheeriest folk you could have known, back then anyhow. Your friend reminded me of it, Mion. Always the first on the scene to lend a hand. And I'd almost forgotten about those two, Email and Lou. That woman there with the glasses, and that fellow wearing a suit next to Theodore. They took over running the town at the height of the relic rush. Lou believed with development, Sandrock would figure out ways to overcome its environmental drawbacks. So he did everything he could to push for progress. Sadly, he was mistaken. With all those big machines coming in, along with more and more mouths to feed, the water dried up, and that was the end of it. In his later years, he tried to find a way to keep what was left afloat, but it was too late. He left office a broken man. Same thing happened to Email. For nearly 40 years they fought for this town. But we all have our limits, I suppose. Now, no one in this photo is here anymore. But we have new hope in this town now. We've learned from our past, learned from our mistakes. Sacrifices are sometimes necessary to make progress. Let us hope that the last of our sacrifices have been made. Thank you for finding this. I think there are only a few more. I must say I'm astounded at how fortunate we've been. I hardly expected to see any again. Let me know if any more turn up. And thank you. Oh, this old thing. Many people forget that Zeke was the minister of our town for a while. Back in '78, a lot of folks were leaving. That was the year Martel didn't come back from one of her excursions. Without her around, well... Those close to Zeke now know that he can be a truly inspiring person. So those few of us left, myself included, asked him to step up and try to be the voice that we needed to keep spirits up in Sandrock. Of course, we knew Zeke's soft-spoken nature might not translate well to the stage, but, well, we'd hoped he could find his voice in time. That never happened. He gave it his all. It was moving as a father to see him trying so hard, but at the end of the day, he was a fish out of quicksand. Each of his sermons floundered to roughly the same extent, showing no signs of improvement. Life is like biocrust, he'd say. The issue there within being, no one really knows what biocrust is. He didn't want to give up, but it wasn't his decision. People stopped coming to his sermons, and when Miguel came, he didn't even know he was replacing anyone. It was for the best. I'd like to think now that Zeke is inspiring people in other ways. all the efforts he's put into understanding this desert of ours, his achievements are finally visible. Thanks in no small part to people like yourself. Now there are those who would seek him out for his insights. Funny how to have his voice heard, it helped to step off the stage. I thank you for bringing this to me. I'll just keep this one in the back. Zeke has a lot on his mind these days. Ah, this photo. Oh, thank you. This is a photo I'd hoped most we'd be able to find. This, of course, is our wedding day. Everything was perfect then. Never was there a more picture-perfect model of Telesis than on that day. We all shared that oasis. Not one of us was wanting. And as our little camp grew in numbers, so too did our family. That day, we thought we'd chosen a fate to live forever in paradise. Let's just say, it's hard for me to believe in that old light doctrine. Everything happens for a reason. Thank you.